Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide podcast, where we discuss your favorite marble sports. We bring you in-depth analysis of each event across many different marble sports competitions. Catch all the information and drama you want to hear about your favorite players, teams, events, and more right here on the MSW podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Commander Wolf.
And today we are going to start off with a new little segment that hopefully we'll do in the future as well for our intro. Because we want our intro segment for the future episodes to be more of a fun time, an enjoyable little random chat, in case I don't have a good story. Or I don't have any marble rants burning on my mind. And Mr. Waff rarely has a story. But just in case he does or he does not, we have a cool little segment that we're going to try to do for most of these intros. And the little bit of story behind the segment is I was just working on something a few days ago. And I was bored working on it. It was not fun. I was writing an essay. And essays are not fun to write, okay? And you guys all know that because, well, how could you like writing? I mean, in all honesty, guys, come on. It's just not fun. But watch everybody out there like writing. I mean, evidently some of them do because...
I like writing.
Jesus. Well, there we go, guys. My co-host likes writing. And I just shit on his writing. All right, but the point here is I don't like writing, and it's because it's hard for me. And I was bored. And so I was just surfing around the internet, and I found this thing, this random question generator. All right? I'm not going to tell you what website I used, because I don't know. I just don't feel like feel like I need to do that. But I found it, and I think just going through some of the random questions, it was funny. And it'd be funny just to read the one live here, not knowing what question I'm going to get, and see what Mr. Waff has to say about it. So without further ado, we're going to give this one a shot for this first time we're doing this. And I'm here on the website now, and I'm going to go ahead and click generate. Are you ready?
I think so. I don't know what's going to happen.
For me to click generate and get our random question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure you're ready?
No, but there's nothing I can do about it, so we're just going to do
it. No, there was really not anything you can do about it. Anyway, I'm clicking generate. Let's see.
2 bad questions later.
Alright, I found another one. You ready, Mr. Waff?
I'm scared to say anything.
Alright, the question is, what would you do if I die?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I couldn't continue the podcast on my own, so the podcast would probably just die. If I'm being honest, I couldn't do it on my own. I couldn't replace you with anybody. So I think if I'm being honest, I probably just had to let it end.
No emotional response to my death.
I of course I'd feel bad. Of course, you just died. Why wouldn't I feel bad? That's obvious.
I'd feel bad. All right. Could you imagine? Oh my god. Could you guys imagine? If someone you knew came up to you and asked, hey, what would you do if I died? I'd feel bad. Alright, well, there you have it, guys. Mr. Waff would feel bad, which is respectable, and he would end the podcast in homage to me. It would just end right there. Oh wow. Well, that was interesting. That was actually an interesting segment. Actually, what would I do if Mr. Waff died? I have to answer that because it's a both of us thing. I would feel bad. I would feel bad. I would not feel good. Mulan reference. Oh, is that Honor to Us All? Oh, live chat stuff here. Oh, sure. Okay, I never watched Mulan. I watched like half of Mulan. Mulan was all right. It was about what was it? It was about the Asian woman who wanted to be a soldier, because she didn't want to dress up. Oh, something like that. I don't know. Disney movie, a lot of music, and stuff like that. In any event, yeah, Mr. Waff, if you died, I would feel bad. I would. And to add anything to that answer, I might continue the podcast.
I mean, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm more replaceable than you. So, I mean, you could definitely find someone who could do my job for me.
Well, you said it, not me, right? Let's keep that one in mind. Wow, guys. Anyway, that was our question segment. That was our first one. I don't know if there was a little music intro to it. We'll have to see what our editor does there. But I hope you guys liked it. Mr. Waff, did you enjoy that?
It was interesting. I had a feeling that it could be anything, but like, it all depends on the question. I think depending on how much fun it was. That question we did was not a very fun question, if I'm being honest. You know.
That's the point of the randomness.
I suppose
okay.
That's true.
Okay, your feedback has been accepted, and no, I won't ignore it. We will. I always take my co-host feedback under read. Anyways, we should just head to the news at this point and hear if Johnny Marble has something more exciting for us.
Hello, Marble Sports fans! I am Johnny Marble here once again with the Marble Sports Worldwide News. Did you miss me? I've missed you, fans. We got a lot of stories here today, so let's jump into them. Our first story is Event 3, the funnel race, occurred last Friday. This event featured a little bit of a controversy, as the snowballs were seen to pause slightly in the starting track before the first tunnel. Rangers fans screamed for the DNF, likely due to their situation that they faced in the 2019 Marble League funnel race. However, the ruling was clear. The snowballs never stopped for an inordinate amount of time and did indeed finish the race. In fact, they actually went on and clinched gold for the event. Good for them. Unexpectedly, though, the Minty Maniacs took the silver medal and the Rojo Rollers continued to make their strong performance, taking the bronze. The former Hubbalino champion, the Bumblebees, and the Shining Swarm finished 4th and 5th, respectively. The other huge surprise regarding this event was the atrocious performance of the Limers. If I had a Womp Womp button, I'd press it. Another last place finish leaves them with only 2 points over the first 3 events. It's sad. To even see any hope of qualifying, though, they would need to at least take the silver medal in the final event, balancing. The overall standing has shifted quite a bit, with the Snowballs shooting up into first with 38 points. The Rojo Rollers only sit 1 point back in second, and the Hornets only sit 1 point back from the Rollers in third. Fans are worried but hopeful about Team Momo in 9th place with only 15 points. Many predict they would definitely qualify, however. In other news, issue 2 of the rollout has come out and can be found on ISSU.com. Once again, that is ISSU.com. Also, MSPN will soon release another event of Marble Mayhem Season 3, and hopefully M-Games Event 2. That's all for now. Let's take it back to Brendan and continue on with the podcast. I've been Johnny Marble. Thanks for joining me.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back from the news. Thank you, Johnny Marble, for bringing us some exciting news of this week. The funnel race, everybody. The funnel spin race. Whatever it's called. Exciting event. Definitely a lot to talk about regarding that event. And a lot of excitement building for this final showdown event. In fact, I saw a comment on the Reddit recently. I forget what post it was on, but someone was questioning the name of this event, saying, why is it called funnel race when it's not really a race, because the point is to try to be the last person to cross the finish line, have the longest time. And it's an interesting question. You got to give them that. All right, that's an interesting point. But the thing about that is, well, whether the point is to be last or first, it is still a race, as S-Man in our live chat alluded to here as well. It still is a race, okay? So, evidently the name fits. But, yeah, it was a good point. It's an interesting event. I actually really like this event. It's one of my top events through all of Marble Sports. Definitely a good one. Just the fact that, you get to see... It's so, anything can happen, really, okay? Because, marbles that start in first place, rolling in that second funnel, while all the other ones are down in 3, 4, and 5, all of a sudden you see them drop through 4 in a row. And Greg Woods always gets excited when that happens. He's like, oh my god, and Team Primary just stopped through 3 funnels in a row. Ooh. And that was a bad impersonation.
Yeah. Our editor, Wimeth, just joined us, and he says that the funnel race is a bad event, the worst event. I disagree wholeheartedly. I would say curling. Curling was the worst event in my opinion. It was just too slow. Hey, Wolf from the future. Just letting you know, in case you missed it last episode, Wimeth actually stepped down as the editor, so I edited this episode. So that is kind of what's happening right now. We'll definitely go into more detail in episode 18 and address the situation in a much more formal manner, just to kind of explain what everything's going on, what we'll be doing moving forward. So look forward to that in episode 18.
Oh my god. Are we all having an okay night tonight, everybody? Because our editor come on here, tell me that funnel race is the worst event in the Marble Olympics, and then my co-host, Marble League, then my co-host just turned around and told me that curling is the worst event in the Marble League. And I'm about to just end the episode right now. I really want to just end the episode right now after hearing that kind of stuff. Surfing, closer, not quite. Not by far, but the definite worst event. All right, and remember, this is just an opinion too, but it's definitely not the two that Mr. Waff or Wimeth, our editor there, discussed here. I think the worst event is likely the Hubelino Maze Race, in all honesty. Absolutely.
At least things were happening. Like with curling, it was just so slow. There was multiple episodes of curling. It's 2 or 3. It was way too much curling.
Yes, but that's the point of the event. Curling is supposed to move at that pace.
It's know.
Supposed that. I'm fine with curling. Curling was okay, yes, because I understand that for people who don't like the length, like the videos to be short and the event to be starting and over in 10 minutes. I understand why it can get a little boring, but the point of the event was to have that whole team versus team, shooting at the target, taking your time, the suspense of each match, because each match takes quite a bit of time, but the suspense of each match was what the exciting part was. Is anyone going to make the button? Is anyone going to collide into each other and knock off to another part of the board? And it is an exciting event. And I think with the production quality and Greg Woods, it actually, even though it is quite a long event, it still works, in my opinion. So it to me, can you say curling's the worst? Absolutely not. But I understand. I will give you this, Mr. Waff. All right, I'll give you a little bit on this. I understand why some people might think that it's a little bit boring because of the sheer length of that event.
Yeah. Like I get, like, if that's your speed, that's fine by you, but for me personally, curling lasted way too long. And our editor's got to go now, so later, Wimith, thank you for joining us for a few minutes.
He was here. He put in the time. He put in the pain. And hopefully episode 16 will get out eventually.
Hopefully.
But anyway, it's good to have him on, though. Today, we are going to be discussing the funnel, spin, race, whatever, at this point. And we don't have a guest today. I did not mention this in the intro, I don't think, but we're taking a new format. We're not taking. Is that how you say it? Taking a new format.
I thought you're using a new format. I think
using a new format.
Is the right word to say it.
Taking a try. Whatever. Why is words bad tonight? We're trying a new format. Just use words, please, Brendan. Talking to myself. But yeah, we're trying a new format in which we will only have a guest every other week, and that's because we feel our each guest we have on is completely different audio quality, completely different personality and stuff, and that's some of the exciting part, the suspense, like who's going to be on this week, how is he going to be great, is he going to be not as great, whatever. That's part of the excitement. But I think a little bit of consistency we feel to the podcast, where like you kind of know what you're getting, at least half the time is good. So we're going to do every other episode, all the odd numbered episodes, evidently, because this one is going to be number 17. Can you believe that? 17 episodes, guys. 17 episodes.
Yep.
All the odd numbered ones will be me and Waff, and if we can find that third co-host we want, obviously him as well. And then all our future even numbered episodes, which evidently an example of an even number is 18, which is our next episode. We will have some sort of guest on to join us in the discussion of marble sports. How about that, Mr. Waff?
Yeah, not quite sure who it'll be, but like we'll see. We're gonna try and like get back the people who have Beta Wolves and MFA are our two top ones, I'd say, because like MFA has tried before and Beta Wolves had an episode and then it got corrupted, so they at the very least we need to try and get them in. But schedules got to line up, people have got to communicate, and so like we just gotta see how things work out.
Yep, absolutely. And we're going to continue to try to improve for you. All right, guys? We want to hear from you, by the way. One more thing here. All right, we want emails. We want comments. We just want to hear what you guys have to think about the podcast. I mean, come on.
Yes,
I mean,
feedback
for pretty much every single episode, we have had a consistent 100 to 150 listeners. Because I keep track of that stuff, of course. So I mean, if you guys have come back for 17 full episodes or 10 or whenever it is you came on, I mean, just take a second and send us an email. Give a suggestion. Say you like it. Say you don't like it, but you listen anyway because your life is so boring that you have to. I mean, I don't know, but I'd love emails. I'd love people, writing and asking questions, ask for advice or something. We'll talk about whatever you write in. If you write in on the podcast, maybe a little segment on that if we get a lot of emails, and that could be exciting. But
yes, and also for the YouTube channel, I know we have like 34 subscribers now, so I know there are plenty of people who clearly are listening to the podcast there, so we also like to encourage some interaction from you as well, like because like you're definitely part of our fan base as well, and so we'd love to hear anything that you have to say. Yeah, definitely. And then remember the email, mswpodcast@gmail.com. That's mswpodcast@gmail.com. .com. .com. In any event, not
guys,
sure you said .com, but you cut out for me, so I may sound like an idiot on the recording. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, you were going to, because I actually did say .com. I thought you were just saying it to really reinforce the existence of the email.
To get in contact with the MSW podcast, email us at mswpodcast@gmail.com.
.com.
Okay, we're not doing this.
We're ending that. We're ending that.
We're ending that down. We're ending that now.
You know what we'll have to do one of these episodes though. Before, again, by the way, still nothing on the funnel spin race yet. Absolutely, I understand that, but I do want to make this point. What we should do, and guys, leave perfect example of why we need fan interaction. I mean, this is a perfect example. I think, and Mr. Waff, obviously your opinion on this would be cool because you haven't heard what I'm about to say. But I think it would be cool is that one of these future episodes, us and maybe our guest do the Rangers challenge and see who can hold the longest O from the Rangers. I think that would be a fun and exciting event to tackle here.
I remember you asked, I think, the fans to do that back in like episode 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Like,
but that was episode 1 or 2, man. Like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was not important. But hey guys,
I actually almost set mine in. Like I almost thought about trying it at one point. But
yeah, oh my god, no way. That's so
Yeah,
funny. Yeah, but hey guys, first of all, couple things on that. First of all, if you want it, comment that you want it. Comment. You literally, whatever you're doing right now. Right now, you are sitting doing nothing. You're sitting and doing homework that you don't want to do. You're in your car and you don't want to be. Don't obviously doing it. Comment if you're in a car. You're not supposed to type and drive. You're at work and you don't want to be there. Whatever you're listening to this, wherever you are that you're listening to this podcast, you don't want to be at that place and you don't want to be doing that thing. That's why you're listening to this podcast. So whatever you're doing, true. Wow. Thanks, live chat. Whatever you're doing, take a second and comment whether you want to hear the Rangers challenge in a future episode. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. I want to hear. And by the way, sorry, Mr. Waff, in addition to this challenge, if you want to submit your own Rangers challenge, that was just a small sample of my abilities, then you can actually do that. Send me an audio recording at the Gmail. You can do a voice message? Is it message? Mail? I don't know. Voice message on Anchor Podcast. If you pull up this podcast on the Anchor Podcast app, or I think even the computer website, whatever, you can actually send us a voice message of your abilities to support the Rangers and their DNF in the funnel spin in the Marble League 2019. But we would love to see and hear, more hear than see, you guys those, and know if you guys want us to do this challenge, because I think it would be exciting.
It would be something silly to do. Why not?
Yes, it would. And silly's what we're all about here.
Yeah.
All about it. Sorry. Fuck. Sometimes, like, you ever notice, like, when you try to say a lot of words that have a lot of L's in them, like, you all just get all tongue-tied? All about. Like, it's just hard. It's hard to do that. Like, honestly, guys, just go try podcasting. Every time you say words that, like, have a lot of R's and L's all lined up in front of each other, not easy. Not easy at all.
All right. Well,
anyways,
let's get this into like an actual Marble topic right here. Like, so let's talk about the the controversy, quote unquote, from the funnel race from from Marble Showdown. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this away. So people were making making out to believe like this whole that the was it the Shining Swarm who got caught at the top?
No, it was the snowballs.
Sorry, the snowballs. Right, snowballs. Like the snowballs, like they
Even watch the events?
like. I watched the event. I just couldn't remember who it was because the drama is so stupid that I didn't even bother to remember. The snowballs, like they were a little bit late going into the first funnel, by like maybe like half a second, and like people were mad because like they thought that they should be disqualified for like the Rangers, but people keep seeming to forget the Rangers weren't disqualified in the funnel race in ML19. They literally got stuck. They got a DNF, meaning they did not finish. Whereas the snowballs actually did finish. And it's not like they just waited at the top for like a whole minute or something. It was like literally like half a second and then they got in, which was a strategic move, not cheating. It's like, I get it. Like, so for this whole role playing thing, it's fun to make up some drama to try and like get some like discussion and debate, quote unquote, between people. But it's like, if you're gonna make drama, at least make it something that's like even in the role playing world that actually makes sense. Because in the world of the marble racing, that doesn't even come close to cheating. Like, I don't know.
Definitely. I 100% agree with Mr. Waff here for probably the first time in 5 episodes. And by the way, looking at, reading the live chat here, from an Rangers fan himself, okay? From someone who supports and loves those orange marbles, who stopped rolling in the Funnel Spin Marble League 2019 Event 3, was it? We got that.
Yes?
He is saying that the snowballs, it's bullcrap to think that the snowballs should have been disqualified because they didn't even come to a full stop. They didn't even come to the full stop, and that's definitely my first point. There's many points on this. Because apparently, I'm going to have to re-explain why the Rangers definitely deserve their DNF, because that seems to still be unclear to people. Okay? But my first point here is that when you rewatch the clip, and you go do it, rewatch the clip. I mean, you're at work right now, like I said, you're not doing anything. You're supposed to be doing paperwork. No one wants to do paperwork. You're supposed to be writing. No one likes to write. All right, go look at Marble Sports. All right, go to, what is it, Event 3 of Marble Showdown? Marble League Showdown League.
Yeah,
whatever
Event
it's called.
2.
No. The recent event, Marble Showdown.
Oh, for Showdown,
3.
Event 3.
I'm talking about the snowballs here. Okay, if you watch the clip, all right, and it's the final round, the one that decided that the snowballs would go on and take that gold medal. The snowballs, and I did this at 0.25 speed. I slowed it down. I slowed that thing down to 0.25 speed to watch this clip. And I tell you what, at no point during that time between the start of that race and when the snowballs got into the first funnel was there a stop of movement. Not even for a half a second. Not even for a quarter of a second. Not even for an eighth of a second. I mean, do I have to keep going here? Do we get the point? There was no stop. And so, I mean, first of all, for Rangers fans to even be comparing the two situations, I don't understand. And, like, it wasn't just one guy who did it. Multiple people, multiple Rangers fans had something to say about this. Why? Was it because JMR spent a couple of minutes on it, mentioning the fact that the snowball stalled a slight bit up there, moved a little slower? But, like, I don't get it. They never stop movement. And actually, they did quite an interesting strategy that I hope we'll at some point see from some of the other marbles, especially in the 2020 Marble League, if the funnel spin race, whatever it's called, comes back. All right? And I think it will. It's a traditional event. It has a place in the Marble League. It exhibits certain skills. Like, it exhibits? No, that's not it. It tests. There we go. Word searching on the podcast. All right, it tests certain skills, and I hope we see some of these higher skilled teams kind of employ that maybe ability to kind of stall slightly up there in that little loading trough, kind of little slight bit of track before the funnel, and because that actually, as you saw, worked to the snowball's benefit because they ended up winning. And that's why there's people that are salty about this.
Yep, I think this is it's just dumb, and I think people need to move on from the Rangers thing. Like, it happened, there's nothing you can do about it now, and it's just time to move on. It really is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, when people are just yelling this in the Reddit posts in the chat, it's just so annoying. It really is. I mean, the gist of it here is that just the snowballs didn't stop moving, so there's no reason to think that they would even... There was not even a question on the table here that they would have been disqualified or DNF'd. I mean, DNF, what do you mean DNF'd? DNF, what does DNF stand for?
Did not finish.
Did not... Quicker than I could, Mr. Woff, good job. Yes. I mean, simple question, Mr. Woff. I'm gonna ask you a simple yes or no question. All right, I just want you to answer.
Okay.
Actually, this is a good point. So I'm gonna have two yes or no questions, Mr. Woff, and all I want you to do is answer either yes or no to these questions. These are simple questions. All right, and I'm gonna ask them now. First one. Did the Snowballs finish the race?
Yes.
Absolutely true. He's not wrong, guys. He's not. Watch the video. Question 2. It's an important one. Did the O'Rangers finish the race back in Marble League 2019 in the funnel spin?
No, they did not.
Is there even any more point to be made here?
Honestly.
Is there even any more reason for me to continue this segment of the podcast?
No, I think we've made our point at this. I'm pretty sure we can move on.
It's a good point. But the point here is that the O'Rangers did not finish. And so they get a DNF, which is evidently did not finish.
Yep.
And the one more point I want to make on this, definitely, about the O'Rangers, because people were pretty visibly upset, as visible as you could be seen from a Reddit chat, but they were visibly upset at the O'Rangers not getting a redo or something of the sorts from that event. And I'm going to say this. The O'Rangers not only did not finish, but they had a full 2 minutes during the course of that funnel race, while all the other marbles were doing all their different funnel things, and the Green Ducks were doing very well. They actually were doing very well back in that event. And there was just so much time. 2 full minutes. They just sat there at the top of that track. They just sat there. 2 full minutes they had. You can't even argue that it was not fair. It was more than fair. They had 2 full minutes to get themselves moving, and they did nothing. They just fell asleep or something. So they did not finish, evidently.
But that brings up a new question I asked. Like, so taking us out of the roleplay again, like for marbles, like when we're in the roleplay, like, do we assume that the marbles are just following momentum, like, and they can like steer a little bit, or like do we believe that they can actually make themselves move on command?
That is a good question.
I mean, like the security guards move on their own, and like during the stop motion scenes, like they move on their own. So I suppose in the role play they can move on their own, but at the same time, it's like then you have moments like that. So like, do we say that the O'Ranger member was like knocked out or something? I don't know. But then they would have been an injury. So I don't know. Like again, like this is all a silly thing we're doing here. It's like there's gonna be some inconsistencies probably from time to time, but like it's just something that's kind of strange. Like this pops every now and then. Like how much control do they have over their own bodies?
That's a good question. Actually, a way to look at it just came to me here. I think that, well, one of many ways you can look at this, but I think a possible way to view it is view it as the marbles being able to move themselves, but they're still round.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Let's say you were a round object. Just pretend you were a round object out there in your wherever you are. I don't know where you are. We have listeners from all over the world. Did you know that?
I mean, I assume so, but I didn't know how spread out it was.
I think Africa's in there somewhere, and that's pretty impressive.
What?
Probably. I think I saw the
really an African.
Or
thing?
I saw like Brazil flag. I don't know. There's some app that I can use to see like where the people are from. WAF is around.
You know what? You're around, S-Man.
Whoa, he got you there. Sorry. But the way we can look at this, imagine if you're round. All right, you were a round object, but you were able to move yourself. You could roll yourself, or however it is you'd move, so you could move around places. But if you happen to be at the top of a steep hill, and even if you could move yourself, and you were at the top of a steep hill, and you took a wrong step, guess what's probably going to happen? Even though you can move yourself and you're round, you're going to roll down that hill. You're going to roll down that hill. You're going to roll down the street. You're going to slam into a bakery. And then donuts are going to fly everywhere. And Mr. Waff's going to eat all of them.
What? Donuts flying?
And then something with a bowling alley.
Wow, you went all over.
No cohesive story there. I'll give you that. But the point is, the way we should view this is that the marbles can move themselves, but in the world that they live in normal life, everything for them is flat. So their life, they're like, I don't know, whatever they do during their regular life. What do? Get up and roll over to the corporate office, file some papers. Whatever it is that.
According to the rollout, some of them like are farmers and stuff, so they have standard jobs. Like, so I think like the way it works is like in this marble world, it's like it's basically our world, but it was for marbles. But then again, like Greg Woods like actually has a marble, like, and I just noticed he has a marble in the press box. So I think when Greg Woods is commenting, it's not as a human commenting on it, it's supposed to be as a marble, and he mentions human sports. So is the marble world within our human world? And like it's does Yelly and Dion have marbles too? Like, or is there a Yelly?
Yeah, they do.
Like, oh, is there? I keep forgetting maybe if they do.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. So does I think Malakis.
Like it just goes so deep, the whole role playing world of this thing.
Yeah, but I think yeah, you're right. It's crazy, but I think the best way to view it is that they live in a world, but the world they live in, everything is built to be flat. So like when they have to move up somewhere, or they move down, it's all like elevators or escalators, things where they can roll and be moved up and down. So like it's not, they don't have to roll up and down things because of their gravity that would normally not work. And then some marble engineer invented a kind of rough Velcro-y style surface that can be applied to hillsides so that they can roll up with a lot of grip in order to get wherever they need to go. And they have so much fun rolling up and down hills, you know. I mean, it's thrilling. It's like a thrill for them. What am I talking about?
I don't know. I was very confused what you were talking about. Like that went I didn't remember that being brought up at all. Like the ability to climb ramps was invented by such and such marble. Like what?
Who invented the ability to climb ramps?
I don't know. What is this segment? Killian, I have no clue. I'm as confused as you are.
This is 50% yours too. This is just as much as yours as it is mine. So you're part of this responsibility.
No. I didn't bring up the ability to climb ramps. All I was mentioning was how far into the role play do we go? Like how is the marble world within our world? Do the marbles have their own like motor skills, and to what extent? Because we that
was the question. I was answering your question. I was answering it.
Wait, were you for our listeners, just to let you know, we have issues sometimes with cutting out. So sometimes when Brendan cuts out, it's hard to sometimes piece together.
Blame it on the audio. Blame it on the audio. Can we just blame other things more?
You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, yeah. See, it was the Wire Way that was doing it. So therefore,
yeah, it was all that.
It was the Wireway's fault.
Yeah, I'm talking normal, factual, smart things here, and by the time it gets into the recording, into you guys' ears, it's all skewed up, and it's coming out in Marble Story. So I don't know what to tell you there. Oh man. Any event though, guys, the point is you should view the marble world as it's not normal for them to have to move themselves up slippery or smooth surfaces, up and down steep, smooth surfaces. So when they can move themselves, but when they're in something like one of those races, like the funnel race, where everything's sloped so that they go down, well then they end up rolling down because they're round. Right? So that's how gravity works, how marbles work. But outside of that, if it's flat, they can move themselves. That's how we should probably view this. That covers most of the issues, I'd say, with talking about the arrangers in both worlds, in the real physics world and in the pretend marbles are real and I want their autographs world. Yeah. But SeatGeek, everybody. SeatGeek has their own picture station now in the Marble League Stadium. So go check that out. Oh my god. Oh man, we have a great time.
You want to talk about other things like in like the current standings in Showdown?
Do I? Or do I want to go to the trivia segment?
No. What was? Nah,
I was whistling.
Do you actually have a trivia question? Because I thought we both came into this not having one because we didn't plan on it.
Oh, good job, Mr. Waff. I do, but I want to hear yours first. So let's hear you go first. And if you have to, you can steal from the live chat, who is hopefully typing trivia questions for us, right? Jeez. Oh my god.
You'll have to do the live chat then if I steal it from there, because that wouldn't be fair. See here.
I mean, you know a lot of marbles, right? You're a marble connoisseur, right? Let's hear pull some trivia out for us.
Okay, let's hear. So continuing, well, what was the? Okay, yes, man. That's actually a better question than what I was gonna do. Like, heck, a better. All right, what was the first team to break a record?
Jeez.
I think I actually know who this one is.
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Yeah, I knew it, but you can't check the spoiler yet.
I'm not checking it. I promise you.
All right.
I promise you, I'm not checking it. I'm gonna talk this out of my head, and we're gonna see if I'm right. Now, I know that Rojo Rollers is a possible answer. I'm not committing to them yet, but I know it's a possible answer because they were an old record in balancing that was defeated now 3 times in the recent balancing event. So I know they were an old record back in 2016. I think that was set. So that is a possibility. Actually, now that I think of it, balancing was the first event of 2016. I think they had the record in balancing up until it was broken this year. And the marble. Oh God! Why was it not kept Marble Olympics? Jeez. All right, the Marble League 2019. I think it was broken this year by. I can even tell you the teams who broke it in order. I think it was the Crazy Cat's Eyes. Then the Josh. That's actually tough now. I just knew the Crazy Cat's Eyes did something, and then it was proceeded to be broke by, I believe, the Midnight Wisps and the Green Ducks. I can't remember, but I think the first team. Oh no, that's not. That's to set a record. But would that be setting a record or breaking a record? Are they the same thing? Because if they're the same thing, I'm gonna say the first team to ever set a record would be the Rojo Rollers.
It's a break is like another thing is setting. Like setting a record is like there's no.
Oh, it's the Rojo Rollers.
But you guessed to set a record, not to break a record. But you're still right.
No, but like there was like a quote unquote Marble Olympics set record back in 2016, like a generic one. So just so there was something to break, and then the Rojo Rollers went on to break it. Evidently, that is the right answer. That was good. Did you see how I was able to think through that?
Yeah, you were. Although you went like the record for balancing wasn't broken in 2019, so you were wrong about that one. Like the whole triple like record break happened like in 2017 or 2018.
No, it was this year.
The 2018. Like
what?
Crazy Cat's Eyes, Thunderbolts, Hazers, like that. I remember that was 2017, right? Or 2017?
No, I thought that was 2019. I thought that was this year. Am I going crazy?
That happening this year.
Yeah.
Am I high, Killian? I don't know. Like
he might be. He has a lot of stress on his hands.
They didn't even exist in 2017. it was 2019. What?
Oh my god!
I remember,
it's all running together for you, isn't it?
I remember there was like a really big like event where like the record was broken 3 times in a row, and it was earlier.
Yeah, that was this year.
Wasn't there multiple times that happened?
There might have been. We're talking about the balancing record broken this year 3 times in a row. The reason I was able to get this question because I was just thinking about that event and I remembered.
Pushing, that's right.
Oh, block. Okay, yeah, in 2017, that triple record break. That's cool.
That's what I was thinking of.
The only reason I was able to get this question because I remembered from this year's event where there was the triple record set that jeez. Oh yeah, that they mentioned that the person with the record, once the first person broke the record, I think the Crazy Cat's Eyes were the first to break the balancing record. They said, oh, the Rojo Rollers had that record back in frickin' 2016, and then if you remember, balancing was the first event in 2016. Evidently, that is a pretty good guess, and it ended up being right. So that was how I worked through that one, which was cool.
Yeah, I'm really glad that S-Man picked an answer that I actually knew. So it felt kind of genuine there, even though I didn't come up with the question on my own.
Yeah, and I think it was a fun question. I enjoyed that question. I don't know. It was cool to think through like who had all the records and stuff like that. Ooh, let me think here. Let me think, everybody. Jeez. All right. For my trivia question, which, by the way, I am just working through right now. This might be good.
All right, hit me.
This is a good one because you might get confused with this year. But I want you to describe. First of all, I want you to tell me the year that the first underwater race was an event. Like there was an underwater race. Well, I'm not going to tell you if 2019 was the first one or if there was another one beyond that. But I'm gonna ask what year was the first underwater race event done, and describe how that event was, what it looked like how the setup of it was.
All right, so it was 2017. It was in a big old blue pool, and the tracks went under the water, and they went above the water, if I'm not mistaken, and then they went into the water, and then afterwards they would fall off the end of the track into the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, that actually is right. Figuring you couldn't remember that the triple record was this year, I thought I might get you on that.
You picked the one thing that I could remember, like just right on the spot. I'm surprised I knew that.
I am just as surprised that you knew it too.
That is the fastest I think we've ever had an answer to a trivia question ever.
Maybe from you. I think I remember when FOCAF for episode 15, I was not even finished my question. He not only answered it right off the top of his head, and that was actually a hard one. But he knew it right off the top of his head, and
I can't remember what the question was that time, but
it was about some team that like didn't qualify 2017, 18, and 19, but played in 16, and then he proceeded to tell me that I wasn't even right about my question, that there was two teams that had done that.
That's right.
Remember that? That was funny. Actually, another interesting question. There is then. Actually, I just want to do it. This is actually a good question. Let's see if our live chat can get this as well. All right, so this is for both y'all out there. We only have a couple people in tonight, probably because I didn't advertise it on the Reddit. But this question, are you ready?
Yes.
Talking about the Jubilino tournament.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the tournament, the teams that I don't like. By the way, the Bumblebees did all right in the funnel spin, but the Mini Maniacs did not do very well.
But they're both still in the top 8.
Yeah, and the Limers are not, right? How about that? But,
yeah.
Okay. What was the name of the Jubilino event? The name of the event that it's very similar, almost the same, as balancing from the Marble League. What is the name of it in the Jubilino tournament? Because it's almost the same event, but it's a different name. Because I guess because it's the Jubilino tournament, they wanted to call it something else. What is the name of it?
Like Brendan, you keep cutting out a lot. I'm assuming you asked whether there's an event in the Jubilino tournament that was similar to the balancing event.
Yeah, and what was the name of it?
Gosh dang it, S-Man, you're just too fast. Stop it. It's Catwalk.
Why do I ask the live chat to? You're giving him the answers. He doesn't know the answers to these questions, guys.
I wanted to think about it, but like the moment I see it, it automatically reminds me of that like little hidden memory. It's like, oh yeah, right, it was Catwalk. Like it's like I can't even think. Yeah, like,
you would not have gotten that if it wasn't for our live chat.
Yeah, like, it's like, you know what, S-Man, don't apologize for being smart. Okay,
don't apologize for his stupidity. Oh man, no, we love you, Waff. We love you, Waff. We really do. There wouldn't be an MSWP without Mr. Waff.
I make up the W in the show, I guess. Even though that's not how that works.
Marble Sports Waff
the Marble Sports Waff podcast.
No. The Mr. Sports Waff podcast.
Wait, the Mr. Sports Waff?
Oh my god. It's always funny, like, how random times during the episode I'll, like, cut out for whatever reason. I'm not, like, facing my mic correct or something. And then you'll just like, get all, like, you know what, Brennan? Your mic is cutting out, and I don't know what you just said.
Yeah. the mostly serious Wolf podcast.
That is true.
I'm not thinking a bunch of different acronyms.
Yeah, now change the name.
I'm glad you like this episode, S-Man, because this has been pretty scatterbrained, to be honest.
No, this is great. This is engaging our Marble fans out there. This is discussing. We discussed some funnel spin, right? I went on a rant for a couple of minutes. We did a trivia segment, right, Mr. Waff? We mentioned our email.
Mm-hmm. Like,
right?
3 times, I think.
3 times. That's mswpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep, there we go. We got number 4.
Oh, you were supposed to say .com. You didn't get the cue on that.
.com.
.com. There we go. But see, we actually covered a lot of things today, and we're doing great. I lost whatever thought I had before, but that's how this goes anyway. That's how it sums it up. Anyway, moving on. Another thing we should address here is the Limas.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh my god.
Only
how many
2
times?
points. Only
how many
2
times?
points.
2 points. 2 points, everybody. 2 points. Yeah. R.I.P. my Limers predictions. Because actually, I'm embarrassed to say it. I'm embarrassed as the host of this podcast, someone who is supposed to have strong Marble knowledge, strong prediction knowledge, something that was exhibited in the Marble League 2019. We did well. Our fantasy team did well. But I was like coming out, and I said these words. Someone can find them. The Limers were a lock for top 3. I went pretty bold. So I don't even want to hear it. I did say
they can make like they couldn't make top 5 because like the Shining Storm like would have to like someone else like I guess if the placements were like the absolute perfect amount, I think Limers could at most make 6th, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
Yeah, and there is absolutely no excuse for how bad that prediction was. Because not only are they not even close to top 3, they're not even close to qualifying. We're going into Event 4. Event 4, which means, by the way, that there are 3 events that have already happened. And in 3 full events, Mr. Waff, tell everybody, in 3 full events, how many points do the Limers have?
Just 2.
Just 2. There you have it.
And the one above them has 12. They're 10 points behind the second to last place.
And who's above them? Does anyone know?
The Cobalt.
I should know this.
The Cobalts and Turtle Sliders, because they're both tied.
Dude, the Cobalts, guys, the Cobalts. A team that nobody cares about, no one knows anything about. Has not even. I can't remember the last time Greg Woods even made a comment about them, even during this Marble League, by the way.
I vaguely remember a comment during ML19, but no, not ML19. What am I talking about? Oh, I think the Showdown of 19. I remember hearing something. Or not
Nah.
sorry, qualifiers. Because Showdown is like a mini qualifier, and so I keep thinking of Showdown as qualifiers, and I keep mixing up qualifiers and Showdown. It's annoying.
You'll get there. Don't worry about it.
So many different name changes, so many new names to learn. Like, it's a lot.
So much work. Oh. Hey, man, that's just too hard for me, man.
It's
I don't wanna
qualifiers for the
do it,
qualifiers.
man.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
No, but I mean, my point here is I can't even comprehend how the Limers how they're doing so bad, how they did so bad, how they exist in this competition and only have 2 points after 3 full events.
Yeah, they still have a chance to, like, if things go right, they can still qualify for the qualifiers. It's just that they have absolutely no chance of winning Showdown.
Yeah, and I really do hope they qualify because I'm a huge Limers fan for some reason.
Yeah.
For some godforsaken reason. I do like the Limers. Maybe it's because they have a cool name. #LimeTime. I mean, come on, anyone can get on board with that, right?
That's a good hashtag.
Hey, give me a #LimeTime, Mr. Woff.
#LimeTime.
Little bit underexcited, but he did give me a #LimeTime. And our live chat, absolutely.
A probably more accurate hashtag for Shona is #LimeDie.
Lime what?
#LimeDie.
Lime dye? Why lime dye?
Because the Limers are dead.
Jesus, that is
Look,
brutal.
They're practically dead. They got last place in 2 events and only got 10th in 1. That's worse than the Oceanics. And to be fair to them, it's only 4 events, but at the same time, I don't think the Oceanics had this bad of a run in a row.
They might have. I think maybe, but not likely. I mean, people. Oh, did you see the one meme on the Reddit? It was like a Scooby Doo one where they unmasked
I did. I love that
ghost,
so much.
and it was
That's
like the
good.
Limers, and they unmasked, and then the Oceanics were underneath. Yeah, but that was a little funny actually. Hey, shout out to whoever did that meme.
That was
That actually kind of cool.
That was a good meme.
It was good. It wasn't another Rangers meme.
It's true. It wasn't a Rangers meme. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it was still
So,
an Oceanics meme, so this is the second most popular.
It was
meme
an
at the moment.
Oceanics meme. That is true. But it was a more creative take on an Oceanics meme.
That is true.
We can say that. But
So
hey,
thank you,
that's,
Limers. Thank you, Limers,
Yeah.
for giving us a slightly more creative meme.
Right. Yeah, it was good. And people are starting to say #NoLimers, which doesn't have the same ring, evidently,
No, it does not.
as an Oceanics. But maybe that's the meme of it, the fact that it doesn't have a ring. So maybe in the future, we should maybe start a little bit of a trend there. Anytime a team performs so bad that you can't even comprehend how a team could be that terrible, just do #no and the team's name. So if I'm just trying to think of teams that don't matter, but then I can't remember them because they don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, team no, like #NoMo, like for Team Momo would work good, but I don't ever want to see Momo in that position.
No Momo. #NoMomo. Everybody.
No Momo. I no, it's like just Nomo. Like that's smoother, you know. It's like the actual, because the team is Momo, so just replace the first Mo with No.
Yeah. You could do Nomo. You could do Nomomo. You could
do no Momo.
No Momo. That's so retarded.
I love it such. According to S-Man, primary between events 4 and 8 in 2017, they earned 0 points. So that's I think the worst a team has ever performed.
Jeez. Wow. And wow. Team primary. Wow.
5
So
consecutive
a last place. Wait. Live chat boy that just said that. Is it they got last place events 5, 6, 7 or events 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Because that was a little unclear.
They earn points because they got -3
they
for
got
a
a -3.
disqualification.
Oh, wow, you suck.
Dang.
They suck.
4
4
to
to 7,
7.
sorry. Oh, so
Better.
they earned a couple points. They lost them, and then they proceeded to just get last place a couple times too.
Yeah, but it's better than 4 through 8, but it's still pretty bad.
That is awful.
Yeah.
I mean, someone should do like a study of like these terrible teams and just how are they so bad?
There's a reason
just-
they're in Showdown. There's a reason they're in Showdown.
There is a reason that they're in Showdown. That's like the like you ever been to like a baseball game and like you'll have the main stadium where evidently the professional teams are playing, and then some of the stadiums have like that little wiffle ball field in the back that like the kids can play on.
Yeah,
I think that's what Showdown is to JMR.
I think they have higher respect for it than you do. Like they treat it as a qualifier for the qualifiers, and I have a lot. Like I definitely have more respect, I think, for like these newer teams. Like I made the quote that like the Hornets could be the next Green Ducks, and I still stand by that. Like they have the potential. Like they're a new.
But isn't
team.
that a good case in point?
Yeah, like
the Hornets is a new team, right? And they are like wiping the floor with most of these Marble Olympics teams.
Yep, they're already guaranteed.
Most
to
of these
qualify
Marble
at this
Showdown
point.
teams. Is it bad that I'm saying Marble Olympics, or is it just like
No,
you know?
no, it's not bad. Like I've slipped up a few times as well. Like we've heard Marble Olympics for quite a few years now, and like it's just gonna be something that we gotta get used to.
Yeah, that's true. It is going to be hard to get used to. But, yeah, I guess the point here definitely is, like, the Hornets, they're a new team, guys. And they're just wiping the floor with most of these Showdown teams. I mean, so it's just...
And they're up there with the best of them, too. Like with Rojo Rollers, they got Snowballs and the Jawbreakers. Like, they're all 4 of them are now, like, with the Hornets, are guaranteed to qualify for the qualifiers next year.
Hey, big congratulations to the Hornets. A fan team. Coming all the way from creation during that whole crazy contest back in early 2019. And here they are. Here they are now on their way to the 2020 Marble League qualifiers, which is a grand thing. Now, they got to realize, and I don't know if the guy who created that listens to this podcast, but they do need to realize that once they reach those qualifiers, this is not we're not playing around anymore. All right, this is not child's play in the back of the baseball stadium anymore. These are real teams. All right, Hornets, speaking directly to the Hornets here. Savage Speeders, they're going to take no mercy, man. I mean, they are upset and doing laps right now because they ended in 5th this year. I mean, look at their standings. They got, what was it, 1st, 2nd, 5th?
Yeah.
Oh, Hornets. They're going to come out of this probably very full of themselves. Savage Speeders, oh, dude, you're not even gonna see a gold medal. All right, Green Ducks. I mean, they're a little bit better than you think. Raspberry Racers, they're coming on to be a veteran team here. Mellow Yellow. I mean, an unnoticed team, but a team that continues to perform. 4th place this year. Didn't podium, but a good team. Hazers, they continue to get better. Rangers, do you think they're giving up? No, they're coming out strong this coming year. I mean, so
Yeah, but like the Hornets have beaten people that teams that have performed well in past events too. It's like I think they have a pretty good chance next year.
We'll see. I think they have a good chance of qualifying for the main event, but as far as having a chance to win or even podium in the main event, I have to make a bold prediction. I'm going to say that the Hornets have about like a 1% chance of making any sort of top 5 in the final event of Marble League 2020. Maybe they'll qualify. They have I'd give them a good 60% chance of qualifying for Marble League 2020. But I'm not seeing any top 5. I don't see them at the bottom though either, because they're a feisty team. I could see them chilling in the middle of the pack between 12 and 8, 12 and 6.
Yeah. And what do you think about the Jubilino teams? Like, so, like the Mini Maniacs got a second place in the funnel race, and Bumblebees, like, while they did okay, but like they're both in the top 8 currently, so like they actually have a chance of making it to the qualifiers.
Maybe the Mini Maniacs
And the Bumblebees.
I said to someone that if both of the Jubilino teams qualify, I made like a deal with someone, but I forget what I had said. But man, like I hope they don't. And come on, Limers. Come on, 2 points. What?
Yeah.
How do you only have 2 points after 3 events?
Who do you think is going to be in the bottom 4 by the end of event 4?
I think Cobalt is a lock for bottom 4.
Cobalt's is a lock
at this point. Just the Cobalts, they never show up. And what are they, place 11th? I think the Limers, I think if they can come out and they can push a good performance, they can push a good balancing event. And they aren't that bad at balancing, actually. I am right on this. I don't remember exact placements, but they're not that bad at it. They perform well in it. If they can push a good performance here, right? If they can push a good performance, get a podium finish, then they could sneak into the qualifiers, because that's either like 20 points, 17 points, 15 points. That's all they need. But I think the Cobalts, we're not going to see much from them.
Let's hear. At third place, they get 12, so they'd have 14 points. They would still they have to get above third place minimum to actually get enough points to beat Team Primary's current place. But then the other teams need to place low enough to where they don't overtake them.
Oh man, I mean, I think it's going to be Limers. You need to go for first place, so you need to just get the hell out.
Yeah, second place bare minimum, but first place absolutely if you want to have an actual decent chance of making top 8.
Yeah, I would say, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard performance for them to come out and actually make a top 2 performance, top even first place performance. I mean, Hornet's still there. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're locked in.
Momo's doing great. Rojo Roller's just doing great. Snowballs are doing quite well. They just got a gold medal. Let's not forget this.
Momo's doing okay.
Momo's doing good enough. I mean, they're going to qualify.
Like Momo's down 4 points. They're in 9th right now. So like they're on the cusp. But that means
they're gonna they're gonna qualify.
Yeah, they're gonna qualify. I have hope in. I have faith in them. We know Momo. They thrive in adversity.
Yeah. Just let's not hear any hashtag no Momo out there, because we don't want to give any bad energies.
Hashtag no Momo. Hashtag Momo strong. Yes. Hashtag
yes,
Momo
everyone.
Strong.
What chorus that together? Hashtag Momo strong. That was not together.
Yeah. Like we can't forget like Momo in the first event of Showdown, like got that clutch recovery that like they could do really good.
Yeah, I'd say that they're going to qualify. I'd say Cobalt's probably not making it. Primary likely 50% not going to make it. I think Turtle Sliders may not make it. I think Minty Maniacs are not going to make it. I think that's where we're at. I think those are pretty good guesses. Hey, but Mr. Waff, can you believe it? But we're at about an hour here of discussion.
It seems so.
Isn't that crazy? We didn't even have a guest on today, and we could still go for a while. Isn't that crazy?
Honestly, I'm not surprised anymore. Like, after being on so many episodes with you, I know that you can talk forever.
I mean, you're doing a good job as well. So
we've had phone calls that nearly go 2 hours before.
Oh, gee, Josh. All right, let's not discuss those phone calls. Those are business calls, everybody.
Yes.
We're dealing with company business here. All the stuff going on. All right, and that's what hurt episode 14.
Episode 14.
Yeah.
Yes, but you did have a great outro song for episode 14.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Waff on the mic there, singing something about Minecraft, I think.
Oh, man.
And anyways, guys, we will have a guest on next time. And like we said, we're going to be trying to go back and forth all the even-numbered episodes. Just to remind you, by the way, because I'm sure half of you have forgotten at this point. All the even-number episodes, we're going to have a guest on. All the odd number episodes, we're not going to have a guest on. There'll probably be random exceptions here and there, and we're looking for a third co-host. So, by the way, if you're out there and you want to be a co-host, if you can come every other week and discuss, and you think you have what it takes to be a good podcaster, you're a talkative person, you're an excited person, you love the sport, contact me, comment, email. That's mswpodcast@gmail.com. And he didn't say .com.
.com.
Yep. Well, there we go, guys. Delayed, but still there. Good job, Waff.
Yeah. Through the power of editing, it could also be shorter, but then again, it would probably be less funny.
That's true. But anyway, guys, thank you for coming out listening, and we will see you in episode 18 on the other side of the end of Marble Showdown, and see if the Limers can pull out this would be a big upset, a big, unexpected, crazy comeback.
Yeah.
For them to get a first place and qualify.
I'm not a Limers fan, but I actually kind of want to see them make qualifiers just because it'd be like an underdog story, like where they were doing absolutely horrible, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, bam, gold medal.
Bam. And that's how we will end it. But we'll see you guys next week then.
Alright, so for today's outro song, I decided to pick another piece from the rhythm game Citus 2 specifically this time around, and it's Restriction by Team Grimoire. Enjoy.